Climate change denial rises above 400 parts per million, leading to increased global moroning. Trump claims elections rigged, so candidates are always retards or psychos. In France, Calais migrant camp the jungle finally cleared of empathy and humanity. Hello, mass hallucinations. Welcome to the fucking news. I'm treading a fine line between taste and decency. Here are the headlines tonight. Levels of climate change denial in the atmosphere have surged past 400 parts per million, according to latest figures. While levels of denial have previously spiked above this significant level, they are now a permanent feature, and this year is the first year they will remain above 400 parts per million permanently. The last time levels were this high was 1997, when millions of people refused to accept Elvis was dead, preferring to believe he moved to Hawaii or was abducted by aliens. Denial levels on Earth had remained static due to the balancing forces of complete ignorance. Scientists saying that because people knew fuck all for thousands of years, their very ignorance kept denial in check. Now, however, with the advent of detailed studies, the laws of physics, accurate monitoring of the climate and levels of greenhouse gases in our atmosphere, ignorance is no longer an option, and many total morons choose denial instead of facing the facts. In 2015, at the Paris Climate Conference, nations of the world agreed to limit the rise in global stupidity to 1.5%. But with denial levels now above 400 parts per million, scientists believe much of the planet may already be more stupid than that. Some areas of the Northern Hemisphere, particularly America and China, are really stupid, they say, with the prospect of them becoming total morons only decades away. With many developing countries already suffering from I won't change and high levels of denial, scientists warn there's a risk of runaway global moroning when the increasing numbers of morons on Earth overwhelm the intelligent people. Global moroning has already claimed the lives of millions of people in wars and is responsible for the biggest mass extinction of other species on Earth since the dinosaur. And a recent report says 57% of all life on Earth has disappeared in the last 40 years because of the increase in denial levels and global moroning, leading to nobody giving a fuck. A spokesperson for people who don't give a fuck said, "Hey, it'd be different if the Burgosaurus went extinct or the beer forest, but as long as it's just dumb-sounding animals from continents we can't find on a map, we're gonna continue to not give a fuck." Hey, people keep telling us how destructive and pointless our consumer lifestyles are, and how much damage we're doing and how it can't be sustained, but whenever I look out the window, there's burgers and beer everywhere. In fact, there have never been so many varieties of beer and burger on Earth. So, fuck the rainforest, the elephants, the rhinos, the coral reefs, the people of the desert zone, the lesser spotted pine weevil, and the elusive fucking snow leopard. Yeehaw! In better news for the environment, it's been decided that the remote, isolated, uninhabitable, desolate, inhospitable Ross Ice Shelf in Antarctic should be protected from commercial exploitation by international treaty. So, no commercial operations will be allowed in the remote, isolated, uninhabitable, desolate, inhospitable Ross Ice Shelf. Wow, what a result. Woo, nice one, congrats, woohoo, yeah. In America, US Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump has said the election is absolutely rigged by only selecting candidates who are retards or warmongering psychopaths. His comments appear to contradict his running mate Mike Pence, who said Mr. Trump was a smart guy and a clever operator. Mr. Trump's advisor, Rudy Giuliani, has also accused Democrats of cheating by having Hillary Clinton not say inane shite in her speeches or fondle any of her employees. Polls suggest Mr. Trump is losing ground in some key battleground states against Democratic rival Hillary Clinton, as voters surprisingly believe she is less of a cunt than he is a dick. Mr. Trump has questioned the legitimacy of the election process in a series of tweets, the latest of which didn't say, "How come the American people only get to choose between these two assholes? One's a lying, murdering Wall Street whore and the other's an orange retard with the IQ of a house brick." An earlier tweet said, "The election's absolutely rigged by the dishonest and distorted political system that I used to become a candidate." The White House candidate also tweeted, "Election being rigged by the media, portraying me as an overbearing, pompous lech with a trophy wife and the sophistication of a rutting mule." Hillary Clinton reacted to Trump's claims by saying, "I've known I would be the next president for years and years. The American people are just dupes. Soon, me and the bankers are going to screw them over and sell them down the river." I mean, democracy is alive and well. Vote for me. Ooh, I just had the strangest dream. In France, the Calais jungle migrant camp has been cleared of empathy, humanity, and any vestige of pretense that we give a fuck. Fabien Bouchio, the prefect of Pas-de-Calais, said it was mission accomplished for the operation, which began on Monday. Fires burned at the camp overnight as large quantities of respect for the displaced, homeless, impoverished residents were torched on a bonfire of political expediency. Officials from the European Parliament said, "We wish the immigrant problem would go away. By destroying this example of community and hope, we're a little closer to a world where everybody has the right to not give a fuck about migrants, or ignore them, or pretend they don't exist." The camp has become a key symbol of Europe's migrant crisis. Local officials say, so far, large numbers of sympathy and interest in the well-being of its inhabitants has already gone. One resident didn't say, like you can't see them, it is like they don't exist, and we can all go back to living our closeted lives of Western decadence without having to be confronted by the impact of our destructive consumer lifestyles or our military-industrial foreign policies. I'm thinking of you, Libya. It would be better for all of the niggers and Arabs and filthy foreigners to stay where they are and die from the effects of our geopolitical mistakes than to come here looking for compassion and sympathy, because we have none. Because we are getting rid of this now. And there will be much more on that story later. Thanks, and now the weather. The planet's fucked, it's your fault, and it's getting worse. Have a nice weekend.